So, video 2 of 3, we are going to now be logged on as the teacher, so I'm logged on as me. I can go directly to my Latin 6S class or to the research task where Jackie's just uploaded her research task work. So looking into that, my dream class of size 1 is showing me that Jackie has handed in her work, so if I click on that, that will allow me to view her work. If I've got multiple submissions, all I need to do is scroll through the previous or the next student to continue to mark them. What we get here is a preview of the work in this window. Now we can open it fully with Google Documents. If we click there, it looks like this, to just see the whole thing if it hasn't laid out properly with the preview. As you can see, that's one option. The other option is to download it as its original Microsoft Word file and then open it separately, but again that's not a very efficient way of working. So probably a good way to work is just to look through in the preview. If you want to actually open the Word file just to make sure that it's laid out as it looks now, because sometimes it doesn't, then I'll show you a different way to do that in the next video. But for the purposes of this one, we can now look at the work, assess it, give it a score. I can see that she hasn't actually answered any of my questions. All she's done is opened up the research task and submitted it again, so I'm going to give her 0 and ask her to please complete the task before uploading, and then post that back to her. And then she can unsubmit that and do some work on it and resubmit it to me once it's done. I need to return that first because what I'm doing here is going through all of the students one at a time, giving them marks, adding a comment. Once I've done a batch of them, then I'll return. I don't want to return each time because that's a fairly lengthy process, going back to the internet, going through the database, making sure that the messages and the scores get put back into the database and writing that to the Google servers. So we don't really want to return until we're ready to move on. So mark a batch, return several, or mark the whole lot and then return them. It's a much more efficient way of working. So you see here I press return. Are you sure? Yes, I want to return these ones. It just takes a little while to do all that, and that was only one. So when you've got 20 to go, it can often take you a minute or more to upload all those. So that's done. We can now come back out of that and go back. So this is an extra window, an extra tab that's opened. I've finished marking those now. I can come back out of that and go back to my 6S class and post another assignment or do whatever I need to do within Classroom. So what we'll do now in the next video is just look at how we look at the original Microsoft Word files, particularly if we need to print them or if they're looking a little bit weird in that preview mode. I'll do that next.